Hi, and welcome to this second hour of Focal Point on AFR Talk. Brian Fisher is my name. You are listening to Focal Point on the American Family Radio Talk Network, AFR Talk. Do not forget that you can catch us audio and video streaming on the web at www.afr.net. Just go to afr.net and you can listen to the program live, both audio and video streaming. Caught a portion of a program yesterday at my desk, just on my computer. You can do the same thing anywhere in the world. Great opportunity to remind your family and friends that may live in one of the cities that does not have one of our network stations. They can access us anytime on the internet, live streaming. And also we have podcasts available. We have apps for the iPhone and for the Android. That's how I listen to Focal Point when I'm traveling. I'm on the go. Got an app on my iPhone, boom, hit it, and it just opens right up. The audio is crystal clear. So both for the Android and the iPhone, you got apps. For the iPad, you can listen to it on the go, and you can go to our website, afr.net, and get the video segments just virtually as soon as they are uploaded. You'll have a chance to review them. So all of that is the way you can access the content here on Focal Point. Well, let's go right back to the phones to start this second hour. Let's go to Bob in Morrison, Illinois. Bob, welcome to Focal Point. What's on your mind?
Well, a couple things. First of all, I just want to thank you for the show, and I also want to say that the best thing ever happened to me. I'm a rural mail carrier, and my vehicle broke down last December. I had to get a new vehicle. It's got a radio that works. So now I can listen to you every day, and I really love it. So thanks for what you do.
All right, great. Well, thank you for saying so.
Yeah, and also, as long as I'm on the line here, will the NSA pass on to President Obama that I'm praying for him?
There you go. Well, they're listening. So
yeah, I'm sure they are.
Yeah.
Well, when I called, I have a question with this guy who bought the Washington Post. Since he's a contributor to liberal causes, is it possible that the reason he overpaid is because a lot of these funds will go toward liberal causes, whoever receives these funds? I don't know how this business stuff works, but so he's willing to pay more just because he knows the money's going to support the cause somewhere? Is that what he's up to there, maybe?
Well, I don't know. The interesting thing is Amazon just doesn't make any money. I mean, it's a mystery to me. You look at its profit reports every year, and it doesn't seem like they make any money. But Wall Street seems to love Amazon, and meanwhile, Apple's making money hand over fist, and Wall Street, for some reason, turns up its nose at Apple. But I think somehow or another, in his mind, this is a business decision. That's the way I think he's looking at it. I don't know. I think maybe he sees potential for online advertising, maybe a way. Amazon, it's an online business primarily. People just go to the website. That's where they buy stuff. So he's seen the potential to turn the internet into a huge money-making business, or at least a huge revenue stream. They haven't cleared a lot of profit. And he's been spending a lot of money just accumulating assets, building warehouses and all that kind of stuff. And so I'm guessing at some level he looks at this as something that's got an opportunity in time to turn a profit. And I'm sure that he's drawn to it because it fits his political ideology. And so he's thinking, well, I can do some good. I can promote a liberal ideology and in the end may have a chance to make some money at the same time. So I'm guessing that's what it's about.
Okay.
All right, Bob, listen, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Let's go to, before we go to Harold, Rob, would you grab clip number 2? Just want to go back to that comment about the NSA. Remember, we have discovered now from the stuff that Edward Snowden has leaked that the NSA is collecting metadata on every cell phone call in the United States of America, on all 310 million Americans, or at least whatever percentage of the 15 million Americans have cell phones. That metadata, who you're calling, when you called them, how long the call lasted, they're monitoring email. They've got metadata for everybody in America, all 315 million Americans. They're tracking this. And yet you've got liberal politicians like Barack Obama out there have the gall to say that there is no domestic spying program. Now, under Bush, you had to have a connection with a foreign agent. You had to be communicating with somebody outside the United States who you had reason to believe had hostile intent toward the United States. Those communications could be monitored under Bush. What Obama's done is expanded that to entirely internal communications, communications that originate and terminate inside the United States. Massive collection, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of millions of metadata on phone calls. So here's President Obama last night on the Jay Leno program, clip number 2, and listen to what he says at the end of this soundbite, a bald-faced lie.
This intelligence gathering that we do is a critical component of counterterrorism. And obviously with Mr. Snowden and the disclosures of classified information, it's raised a lot of questions for people. But what I said as soon as it happened, I continue to believe in, which is a lot of these programs were put in place before I came in. I had some skepticism, and I think we should have a healthy skepticism about what government's doing. I had the programs reviewed. We put in some additional safeguards to make sure that there's federal court oversight as well as congressional oversight, that there is no spying on Americans. We don't have a domestic spying program.
So that's President Obama. Did you catch that? It's all Bush's fault? A lot of these programs were put in place before I came in. This was something I inherited. Don't blame me. It's Bush's fault. And when I took office, I put safeguards in that were not there under President Bush. So President Obama is trying to create the impression that he actually improved the safeguards and the security protections under the NSA when he trashed whatever privacy protections might have been there before under President Bush, where now communications entirely within the United States are being monitored and being tracked. Well, let's grab a phone call before the break. Let's go to Harold in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Harold, welcome to Focal Point. What's on your mind?
Hi, Brian. Thanks for taking my call.
Yeah, you bet.
Yesterday I got disconnected because of the storms you guys were having.
Yeah.
So I don't want to get you off track, but I wanted to touch real quick on the Fort Hood hearing.
Yes, sir.
On the military base there. A couple of months back, long story short, I'm going to make a comment and then I'm going to ask you a question, then I'll get off and let you answer. Back when it was first leaked that he was still getting paid while he was sitting in jail. Anyway, I contacted my senator's office here, which is Tom Coburn, and I also contacted my congressman in the House to try to find out why is this being allowed. Nobody can tell me anything other than they don't like it. Our folks here are pretty conservative. Our representatives are conservative. There's nothing they can do. They don't like it, so forth and so on. I've pursued it ever since then. I've contacted them locally in Oklahoma City and their office, and I contacted them again yesterday because I didn't get a written follow-up from him, which I was wanting from Senator Coburn's office. I haven't had a problem with Senator Coburn. I've always thought he, has done Oklahoma and the nation proud. My question is this. I keep getting told there's nothing they can do.
And I'll tell you, Harold, we're coming up against a hard break, so I'm going to jump in here. And they are correct. There is nothing they can do. What's happening right now is consistent with military law. Military law says you can't withhold a guy's pay until he is convicted of a crime. That's why it's a crime that it's taken 4 years to get to the trial.